Hello everyone. This lecture title is Transforming the Library, the Impact and Implications of Technology. So we'll be discussing about how the development of information technology has been impacted and what kind of implications affected to our libraries. Okay, let's start. We can't just accept everything as improvement, right? We have to be critical and we have to evaluate objectively in order to make it to the benefit from it. The consequences of new technology can be good and also bad, right? We can have a lot of examples. The technologies, especially related to the library, it doesn't need to be like electronic or information. For example, like a card catalog and DDC system, those are more likely invention of like intellectual technologies. Okay, after invention of internet and World Wide Web, we have the IRS system, integrated library systems. So that can be like one invention of technology in libraries. So new information technologies have actually revolutionized, especially for the information access. So it's a good thing, right? So it become like many issue, the argument whether how we can deal with the physical library collection and how we can define the library, right? So the hybrid of physical and digital libraries has been emerged, and some of the librarians, I mean information professionals, we got like a little bit feared about the loss of library or our job of the library. So these are some insecurity in ourselves, especially among the librarians. But we have to, because we had to redefine, restructure the library services. And so many questions we got asked by other professions, whether we have to continue to keep our library building. I'm sure no one gonna agree with it, especially in this class, but yeah, let's think about it, right? Let's briefly talk about how technological developments affected libraries since 1900. In 1900 to 1960s, there was like just growth and expansion of telephone services, right? And also the development of photo technologies, and there was a development of punch card. One of the technology was introduced was microphotography. So it made multiple copies, and also the reprinting. So it allowed more people can possess the intellectual content document simultaneously. So actually the photocopying revolutionized communications for libraries. The 1960s, there was the first application of computer technologies, and maybe the most significant library application of technology was the creation of standardized bibliographic format that could be read and manipulated by a computer, which is machine readable cataloging, like a MARC system. So I hope you can have a good study in the information organization class. And also we will be discussing a little bit in the later chapters. So in 1960s, there was like a first application of online information retrieval. So the Lockheed company developed the dialog system. When I taught online information retrieval class like 10 years ago, I still use a dialog system for our student for just let them practice or taste of a dialog system. But in 1960s, it connected by telephone. So yeah, okay, let's talk later, okay? So in 1960s, there was like a little effect on libraries, and there was like only creation of the computerized bibliographic record for catalog and production. Okay, and then 1970s, the online access was meditated by librarians. So there was like a concept of reference services who helped the patron by librarians. So the librarians, they provide access to the patrons. And so there was like a necessity creation of search strategies, and also like Boolean searching or something, the sort of the searching, online searching concept appeared. So and also 1970s, there was a little early attempts to automate the library system, like circulation, serials, and cataloging, all those systems. In 1980s, there was a CD-ROMs. Yeah, I used the CD-ROM because I went to college in 1980s. So and then there was no need for telephone line anymore to access to the resources. The 1980s, there was like the internal the library system provide coordination and automation of internal process from online catalog, circulation system, and acquisition system. So the IRS system become emerged, and also the online public access catalog OPAC system. In early 1990s, most library journals talk about the OPAC system. How can you provide a better access system to our patron, and how can you search? So the IRIS system become popular, and more advanced development has been emerged. And also there was attempt to link the system from ALA, OCLC, and RLIN, which now it's gone, but and also the Library Congress, they tried to produce a linked system protocol. I think you may heard of a G39.50. It's like a standard, and so 1980s, like a foundational the period for making online access system, and also try to have automation. And then 1990s, there was like a growth of internet, and then also the World Wide Web. So internet provide a lot of changes, right? To connect to because the internet provide the communication to in the beginning it starts like each computer, but then after more internet services become evolved, it has like World Wide Web developed it. So the web isn't the same as internet, as you know, right? So it's like World Wide Web it's like an interface and provide like a navigation tool, provide the a means of structuring internet documents and also relating them to other documents. So 1990s to current period, it's become whole world has been changed, and also there was a necessity to develop search engines because just so many web documents emerged. So search engines developed it in order to have a better access, better search. Only search engine, you know, like Yahoo, right? Yahoo or Gopher or Google is much later. Okay, so this is really brief, brief talk about the technological development and also how affects the libraries. Since the internet development has been really related to the library's development, I just borrowed this page from my Integrated Technologies in Libraries class, which I taught a very long time ago. I think I taught the classes like 2010 to 2012. At that time, I used the Miller's book, which was in Internet Technologies and Information Services. So in that book, he provided all the internet development, the explanation of internet development. So I wouldn't give much detailed instructions or information, but you can just read through how the internet services has developed it, and then what kind of technologies and what kind of applications that libraries have been used. There was like a pre-web period, 1960s, early 1990s, and it's just like the very command-based. I used those systems because as I said, my first computer was like 1984 or 5. So I used those systems. I had to type my command. Okay, so as you can see, the Telnet Gopher system, and it's like in the library system, they can connect it to like remote catalogs and database systems. The first time, like OPEX system just developed it. And the Web 1.0, which 1992, the present. The reason why I put present is that it's still it's continuously developed and in some point, in some part, still use Web 1.0 version. So. And they started like a graphic user interface, okay, and then the browser first time introduced. So and then the Google was invented too. So web page concept has been developed, okay, and then in the library system there was the introduction of web delivery of a database system. Okay, so and then it's 1990s. It's like the search engine had to be developed it, and then Web 2.0 is to it's like as I said, it's continuously, right? But 2.0 is more likely the collaborative, like a social interactive interaction. Okay, so many blog has been developed it, and the wikis people work together, right? And then Flickr, they contributed the photos and printings, and then podcast and YouTube, okay, and Second Life too. So the libraries have been started thinking about how to incorporate these social network to their library services. And then there was Web 3.0. It's like a semantic, more like a personalized, but it's like a more meaningful way of searching. So, and then for the library set, it's like linked data, so it gives some meaning, and then provide more personalized the services to the users, because it's XML based, not HTML. And so in the library system, many archiver finding aid developed it, like and also the standardized system for the archiver, like EAD, RDF, and also MODS, the metadata object description schema, and then MIT, metadata encoding transmission standard. Okay, and also the semantic Web 3.0 gave the good opportunity to make the smartphone and also mobile website. Okay, it's very brief. I'm sure you will be you will cover this topic when you take integrated library system in our program. Let's take a look the 2002-2010, which is the first decade of 21st century. As we just look at the table, right? There was like a Web 2.0 and social media and RSS and the podcasting, and then Internet 2. It's like a consortium. It's led by more than 2,000 universities. They made the consortium, so try to make like the more like standardized the research, education, and development. And then there was a big growth of Google, like there were like many articles talk about how can you fight with Google. And then the digitizations and Google Books, right, and all the book project, digitization project, and then preserving digital content. So many like digital libraries developed it, and I work at many digital library. I participate in many digital library project, which occurred early 2000. Okay, too brief. And then the second generation, 2010 to the current, there have been just so much development in information technology and also science technology and also the internet. And so just has been changed a lot compared to 90s. For example, like I used a cell phone like a 1990 since 1995, but then that functioned only for calling to somebody, and then later it introduced I can do like a text, but then now you can use as an internet, right? Without having the my cell phone, I don't know what to do right now. So, but with that technological advance, there was some still there was some issues, impact, and influences we have to think about. There are still some broadband access issues, not just for like the economic or money problem, but then there should be like some political policy issue should be implemented to give more broadband access, and also mobile digital devices that so many libraries, they try to provide that not just libraries, right, or the companies and universities and schools, the app has been developed to implement the resources from internet to the mobile devices. And the social media, and like, do you know the MySpace? it was like early 2000, right? And then now, and then many people just change it to the what is it? Facebook. I used it a lot, but not anymore because of the privacy issues, and I don't trust anymore. But the many libraries still use, because in order to give more appearance, the library programming or services to the users. And then the Internet of Things, that like it's all the connectivity, right? The cars, wherever you are, you can connect it with. Library can connect with the patrons, so we know their activities, and so we can provide more personalized services. Okay. Again, the technological innovations changed, impacted a lot to our library systems. So these are some of the examples that the textbook, the Lubins, they provided some of the examples of the big impact to the library functions. It's the evolving collection development to the digital libraries, right? Ebooks, ERMS, and the PDA, RFID. Each has been impacted by technological development, and also another issues, and the concerns evolved. Let's say the PDA. When I work at the New Brunswick Public Library, no, it's the Brunswick Public Library. We had this PDA, but it related to collection development policy too. It should be based upon that library policy system. Not you can just follow. You can just provide all the material just driven by the patron. But it depends on the library policy, and also it also relates to the budget. And when I work at the East Brunswick Public Library, we were like rich. I mean, a lot of donors, and also it was very popular libraries, and we just provided whatever was asked by the patrons. But then I wasn't sure. I still am not sure whether it was it had a good evaluation or assessment followed by the PDA. So it's one thing I just wanted to mention it. So it's that impacted a lot to the collection and collection development, which is the most important part of the library functions. And then the evolving search process. A lot of the development in the search process. The discovery systems, the OCLC provided the first one, right, to provide access system to all worldwide library systems. And now I think the OCLC changed a lot of names, but OCLC like share something. But now I think they changed the OCLC discovery system. Actually, I'm not sure. And then the virtual reference services, yes, the many services read by like virtual reference services and social question and answering services, and the reality system, virtual argument and mixed system. And then the library's evolving space, space for like learning, creating, and engagement. One of the example can be like a makerspace, right? Easy to say, and commonplace. Yeah, e-commerce, and they're having so many names. Has been changed. But still issues, right? Again, it has to be evaluation and assessment has been followed. And then the cloud-based computing, so evolving technological infrastructure, yeah. All the resources has been compiled on the cloud-based. So like for instance, like micro teams, right? And they just stored all the materials as a SharePoint, and which is cloud-based. So one of the current technology is the cloud-based. The libraries may think about how we can use it the better to service and the better store our resources. So we are facing every day, I guess, new technological challenges and demands, and we need at least aware of new trends and technologies. Although we cannot come up with like a second, right? But or at least as information professionals, we need to aware of what kind of trends that has been. But again, we have to have a thorough review analysis for each new technological tool, and also we shouldn't neglect our traditional functions, but we have to adapt new tools if those are beneficial to our patrons and our libraries. And yeah, librarians and teachers are educators, and we need to learn and update our the technological resources to serve our users well. Okay, I think that's it. So the table that I adopted is from this book, Internet Technologies and Information Services. So if you, I'm not sure which textbook you will be using in your integrated technology classes, but this book I recommend, especially if you are working at the technical services or like information technology or information services, and the other department would be the instructional services. Okay, that's it. It got longer, but I'm sorry I tried, but it's not. But hopefully you can grasp a little bit of the how technological impact, how technological development impacted our library systems.